This is my review of My Hero Academia, Chapter 228, Wounded Soul. So, the battle is on between Dabi and Snowman, which is what I'm calling him from now on. And there's a very interesting theory going around that Snowman is actually Dabi's other brother, Natsu. And I didn't like the theory the first time I read this chapter. He says, I've been working on my meta ability for longer than most people, so no school for me. The Grand Commander made me strong, which, definitely seemed to cut out the whole he's the brother theory. And then when I reread the chapter, though, I realized it said, the Grand Commander helped make me stronger. So the Snowman is therefore a person who was trained in using their quirk to an extreme extent as a child, and then later on joined a cult. He has an ice ability. He has apparently issues with his father because he joined a cult with a supportive, kind, loving, adult male figure. And he has issues with society as it is. Yeah, that basically sounds like one of Endeavor's kids. I mean, that's pretty much defines Natsu, 100%. And if that's the case, that means this is a battle of brother versus brother, and neither of them realizes it. Jesus Christ, that would be absolutely fucking amazing. Oh my god, I mean, I think a lot of us are annoyed at the Dabi theory at this point because it almost feels like it's fact, but they just haven't had the big reveal yet, and the big reveal won't feel that big because we already all figured it out. But what if instead of just revealing that he's Dabi, reveal that he's fighting his own freaking brother? Natsu versus Dabi, brother versus brother. That would be a big reveal. That would freak me the hell out, and I would absolutely love it! So I like the theory. I think it would make sense if he's him. I mean, like I said, a lot of evidence piling up that it's actually him. It's interesting, that he's wearing the hood, so we don't actually see his face yet. It's really going to be interesting if, Dabi ends up killing him, and then the mask falls off, and he's like, oh, it was you. Or hell, maybe we wouldn't even recognize him. We really don't know what Dabi's past is, but if it's going to be revealed, I feel like it has to be revealed here. We got Toga's whole past. I'm assuming we're going to get more of Shigaraki's whole past. This is the time for League of Villains to give their story, to give their perspective on how they became who they are today. Alright, so moving on, let's talk about their quirks. Snowman says something interesting. He says, why don't you release your fire straight away? And this seems to annoy Dabi. He twitches, he gets angry. He seems to have a reason not to want to do this. I'm wondering what it might be. My best bet is endurance. Maybe that's the reason Endeavor abandoned his training, because he realized that even though Dabi had hotter flames than most and was incredibly powerful, he lacked the endurance to actually be a hero. He had a few big shots in him, and then that's basically it. He needs time to recharge. Or maybe there's an issue with his flames burning himself or something. I'm not sure quite what it is, but there's definitely a weakness in him that we haven't seen yet, which I think is going to be revealed pretty soon. I mean, as far as we've seen from that one flashback, Natsu, Dabi, and the sister were all raised basically together. The other, Shota, he was on his own because he was special. He had both quirks, so therefore, But these three would have been raised at least somewhat together. They would have known each other. They were closer with one another. So it's likely that one of them will recognize the other at some point. Just not sure when that's going to be. Oh yeah, also Snowman can control all the ice around him. And by apparently emptying out all the freezers within a quarter-mile area, he's able to make a freaking ice dragon. Which, okay, why not? Yeah, then it gets really, really dark. Toga appears to be dead, but then Twice goes back and forth on whether she's not actually dead or whether she is dead. But then Sketch says that Toga is actually still alive, and I feel like he would know. I'm just saying. At which point, Twice is then confronted by either puppets made to look like himself, or the actual corpses of his own clones that he murdered and then were brought back to life. I'm pretty sure his copies wither away pretty quickly, but I'm not sure anymore. Not sure if that's just, an issue with him or what, but yeah, that's pretty freaking terrifying. a literal army of himself is trying to drag him away. And given his already fragile mental state, I kind of feel like this will not end well for anybody. We've seen quirk evolutions. I think we're going to see something certainly different out of him, just from the absolute terror and horror he's feeling right now. And I'm very excited to see what it is. So I do think it's interesting. They say, living as you were meant to and liberating your meta-ability gave you nothing but a wounded soul. So they're basically saying, yes, you lived exactly as you were supposed to. This is exactly how you were supposed to do things. But somehow you didn't turn out quite right. They're literally saying that the world they're trying to create is one in which not everyone will be happy, which really freaking grim. Anyway, so then we find out one last interesting thing. Skeptic says that they need his ability to bring Reed Destro back from the dead if he dies, which concerning. Well, for a bunch of reasons. One thing, I don't think his clones really are all that, endurable. Again, that might be something he added in recently to his ability to keep his clones from trying to kill him. I'm not sure anymore. But why are they so afraid of Reed Destro dying? I kind of feel it has to be an issue with his quirk. There is something about his quirk that is absolutely unique to him that gives him an ability that the Liberation Army needs in order to survive and move forward. Snowman said the Grand Master made him stronger. Is it possible that he has an ability that lets him enhance quirks? Or give them a training space where they can improve more quickly? They can create a bubble of time where the person can train for a few minutes, but it's like years or something. It certainly seems to be a reason why they need Reed Destro to live, but I'm not sure what it is. I mean, when the original Destro died, that was basically the end of their whole cult. I mean, they were still working in the shadows, but they could no longer go out and fight on the front lines anymore. And I think that has to be with what this guy can do. The quirk he inherited from his father. I mean, okay, a little weird thought, but what if he enhances quirks around him, like he makes them stronger and gives people the ability to become more powerful? Because Shigaraki and Toga both enhanced their quirks in this fight. Could it be a result of Destro's quirk? Like, just being around him made them stronger, and now they can do things even without him? I'm honestly not sure anymore. Anyway, yeah, so the last panel is Twice having his mask pulled off by his own clones while he's desperately holding on to Toga's corpse, which, yeah, I said this before, but I'm saying it again. He is going to freak out next chapter. I honestly think the whole chapter is going to be him just having a complete, absolute mental breakdown that unlocks some new asset to his quirk that makes him like 20 times stronger. I'm almost certain the last panel next week is going to be him absolutely covered in blood, looking up at the sky like, what did I do? And then Toga waking up and putting the mask back on him. Honestly, those two are pretty cute together. Toga's always been fairly nice to him, and I like that. So yeah, that was an interesting chapter, to say the least. I am liking this brother versus brother theory, and I think that'd be a great way to reveal that Dabi is really Endeavor's son, by revealing that he's been fighting someone who's also Endeavor's son. Yeah, so let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Is Snowman his brother? Is Dabi even Endeavor's son? I mean, I said I was pretty much convinced at this point, but it could just all be a red herring. It could be a theory that I've just let garner too much trust in my head. Be sure to like and subscribe, and until next week,
peace.